I'm Sarah, I'm with the Bangor YMCA, and this video is for all of you who are working at home, because we know when we get working at home, we tend to sit down at our computers for a long time, so this is really great stuff even when you're not sequestered at home, good stuff to do. But also we're working at home, and then so much of our communication is through our computers as well, so I'm guessing that we're probably spending a lot of time sitting and with our electronics. So today we're going to do some stretches that you can do sitting, but also to remember that it's a really good idea to get up and move around whenever you are sitting for too long. So we're going to start by just getting up out of our chairs and just moving around a little bit, and we might just kind of shake it out, and nobody's watching you at home, so you can do like whatever kind of movement you want to do. You can shake it out, you can kind of shake out the head, the shoulders, the rib cage, the hips. Nice and good. Loosen up the low back, whatever feels good to you. And one of my favorite stretches to do, which can be done behind a chair, or I also like to use my kitchen counter for it, is just to come back and just bring the hands on top and just gently press the chest down toward the floor and keep the knees slightly bent. So this is a really great stretch through the chest, but then also into the low back. And if it feels good, you can kind of just bend one knee at a time and shift the hips side to side. That's a really nice way to loosen up the low back. I know when I spend too much time at my computer, that low back just really tends to tense up. So just rounding up out of that whenever you like. And again, just kind of shaking it out. And then we'll come back to sitting. And again, just thinking about the stretches that we can do. And one of the things we want to do, because we spend a lot of time hunched over, so a lot of yoga we want to just always be doing chest openers. So we can just inhale up and clasp the hands together, bringing them back behind the head, lifting the chest, opening the elbows, looking up to the sky, and just taking some nice deep inhales and exhales. That can be in through the nose and out through the nose, or you can also let that exhale go through the mouth if you like. And then we can just inhale, pressing up through the hands. Maybe just rounding over, stretching through the upper back. And again, a big inhale up, and exhaling out. So stretching, but then also giving ourselves that moment to relax. So with the kids yoga, we taught them horse lifts, but it's a really great adult breathing exercise as well. So you can't laugh when you do it, otherwise it doesn't work, and it's really hard to not laugh because it's kind of funny. So it's called horse lifts, and we always start with a big inhale. And just do that a couple times. I know, Carmen, it's hard not to laugh at it because it's very funny. So that simple fun breath, it makes you laugh, and it releases stress by laughing as well.
It makes me a little lightheaded.
It does, it's a little lightheaded, and it's a really great just neural reset. So if you think about it, like a lot of times when you get frustrated at work, it's like, and it's the same thing, but more effective because you're really using that exhale and extending that exhale. So let's just relax the shoulders down and back, and just reach one arm out to the side, and then tilting the head in the opposite direction. And with all of these stretches, we want to just keep inhaling and exhaling, again, in through the nose, out through the nose. Find that stretch from the ear, through the neck, down into the shoulder. You can really hold that stretch as long as you like, but I like to use the rule of just 3 deep inhales and exhales. And then just relaxing that arm, maybe rolling the chin to the chest, and then just tilting the head to the other side. And again, just reaching through the fingers. Again, nice big inhales and exhales, in through the nose, out through the nose. Also give the eyes a little close, relax the eyes. They stare at that screen so much. You can really get tired eyes by the end of the day. After that 3rd or more inhales and exhales, again, just releasing that, bring the chin back to the chest. You can also just gently roll the head side to side, ear to shoulder a few times. And then bringing the chin back to the chest, and bringing the head up. Just a nice big inhale and exhale. Or the horse lips if you're really liking that one. So hands and wrists wrists also something that get a lot of tension and a lot of keyboard work. So not bad to just start with just some wiggling through the fingers, some circles through the wrists. And again, stopping and taking a break whenever you need one, or setting a timer on your computer to remind you to take a break and do a little walk around or some stretches. So let's take the hand and bring the palm forward, and then the other hand, and just gently press the hand into the other hand. We don't want to pull back on the hand, we want to press into the other hand. And again, just let the shoulders relax down and back. And we can just stay with that wrist stretch. If we're a multitasker, we can always just add that neck stretch as well, if you like that option. Again, just nice deep inhales and exhales. In through the nose, out through the nose. And again, just letting the shoulders relax, because when we work on the computer, we tend to get that hunched up shoulder feeling there. So we want to, as we say, make room between the ears and the shoulders. Like, don't wear the shoulders as earrings. And then a little change, we can take the hand through the fingers and thumb and then just press through here. So again, not pulling back, but pushing through. And again, keeping the spine nice and long, tall through the top of the head, continuing to breathe. Again, in through the nose, out through the nose. Each exhale, letting the shoulders relax down. Maybe letting that breath expand and open a little bit more deeply each time. And then just releasing that stretch when we're ready, and again, maybe just shaking that out a little bit. Always do the same thing on one side that we did on the other side. So again, pressing into that hand, again, shoulders relax down. So as we breathe through this stretch, if you're hearing my background music here, this is music that you can find really easily on YouTube or other places, which is sometimes find via Meditative Mind or other similar search terms. And it's these different frequencies. You can find all sorts of different frequencies, and they're healing frequencies, and they're really nice background music. If they don't put you to sleep while you're working, really nice music to help you fall asleep at night. And then again, we'll just switch that stretch by bringing the hand between the hand and the thumb, and again, just gently pressing through. And again, you're allowed to close your eyes while you're doing this breathing. You're also allowed to clear your mind of work. So you don't need to multitask with thinking about the next thing that you have to do. You can actually think about nothing, which is super easy to do, right? It's very easy to do. I do it all the time. In yoga, we talk about the monkey mind, the spinning mind, right? The mind that never stops thinking. So just breathing like we're doing and stretching can actually help to calm the monkey mind. Maybe not completely clear the mind of all thoughts, kind of hard in these times, but the more we try, the more we get better at that. And again, we'll just kind of shake that out a little bit. Okay. So let's scoot to the edge of our chair. And we've got really fancy chairs here at the Bangor YMCA. Maybe the feet a little bit wider, the hands to the quads. And again, just relaxing the shoulders down. And then just a little lean forward. So we're gonna do a little bit of cat and cow here. So we're gonna inhale, arch, and look up. And then we're gonna exhale, round, pull the belly button in and round the spine toward the back of the chair. We'll do that a few more times. Again, inhale, arch, and look up. And then exhale, round, pull through. Let's do that a couple more times. Again, inhale, arch, and look up. So finding that spinal flexibility and mobility, as well as some stretch through the shoulders and into the low back. One more time. And then again, just coming back nice and tall, letting the shoulders relax down and back. We can scoot back a little bit more into our chair. And we're gonna keep that spine nice and long. So let's inhale to remind us to lengthen the spine through the tall through the top of the head. And then as we exhale, one hand comes to the outer leg. If you've got a back of the chair, your hand could rest there, but it doesn't have to. And then we want to keep lifting, look over that shoulder, and again, breathing here. If you bring some noise to your breath, we call that seashell breath, ocean breath, or Darth Vader breath. we exhale, rotating back to the center. Again, we inhale again. Exhale, rotating to the other side. Again, hand to the outer thigh. And again, that other hand can just come to the hip, or if you've got the back of the chair, you can find a little bit more rotation there. Again, keeping that spine long. Letting that breath expand down into the rib cage, a little bit lower than the chest, where we tend to keep our breath. Big inhale here, and then exhale and rounding that back to the center. Let's take a big inhale in, and then let's give ourselves a hug. We can bring the hands to the shoulders and just let the shoulders relax down. We can keep the head where it is, or we can bring the chin to the chest. Just depends on what you prefer for this stretch. So we're getting that shoulder stretch and into the upper back as well. Let's inhale, open the arms, another nice chest opener. And then we bring the other hand on top this time. Again, hands to the shoulders. And the hands can just put a little weight there and just gently let the shoulders sink down. Again, we're keeping those nice deep inhales and exhales. And I should have said at the beginning of the video, so hopefully you watched long enough to hear this, that we don't want to do these stretches if they hurt. So if it hurts, don't do it. Feels good, keep doing it. Slight variation on this one. We'll inhale up again, and this time we'll bring the hand down under the arm and the other hand to the shoulder, and then again just let the shoulders relax. So this is actually a version of the stretch and a hug that's used in therapy. So this is a nice calming kind of hug. So it's a stretch as well as a relaxation, and again we keep breathing while we stretch. Even just doing the breathing without the stretches is a really nice way to take a break from work. We'll switch that one more time with that big inhale up, kind of making a Y, like the YMCA. Hand under the arm, other hand to the shoulder. Again, letting that relax down. Again, the chin can come to the chest. Can also do that head tilt, neck stretch to the side we did before. Again, if you're a multitasker, really in these stretches, a minimum of 3 nice deep inhales and exhales. We'll take one more big inhale up, exhaling out. Let's take a big inhale in, clasping the wrist with the other hand, and then just gently pulling up and across the body. So this can just be a real small lean, or wherever that stretch feels good to you. We want to find a gentle tension, no pain, and again, we want to keep breathing. Maybe let that breath continue to sink down into the very bottom part of the lungs. The lungs are actually very large organs. Let's inhale up, switching to the other wrist. And most of us tend to keep that breath very shallow, very much in the upper chest. And that also helps to increase anxiety when our breath is just in the chest. So the more we practice and bring that breath down into the lower lungs, down into the rib cage, down into the belly, what we call belly breathing. Another big inhale. Gently back to center and releasing. Again, nice big inhale. And exhale. So we did a lot of upper body stretches. Let's just lift one heel at a time. I'm not sure how low the camera goes. So if you can't see me, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm just lifting the heels a few times, or lifting the toes, or lifting the toes a few times. Excellent. I can even just lift the legs a few times, like so. And then the last stretch we'll do, we might scoot forward a little bit again. Now this can be a pretty intense stretch, and so I'm going to show a couple different versions of it. So this is a version of the pigeon pose. It might be enough for you to just cross your ankle at the ankle level, and then just open that knee a little bit, so we're stretching into the hip and the glute. If you can, we can bring that leg higher. If you can, for that full stretch, bringing that heel, or the ankle rather, on top of the leg, let that knee and hip open. So we're slowly letting that open. We can even press, we don't want to press the knee itself, but we can press the inner thigh. Again, shoulders relax, we sit tall. not enough stretch for you, or as you breathe, you can kind of lean forward into that. That's going to increase that stretch. And again, this is a really nice one, that low back, hip, and glute. I know when I sit at my computer grading all day, I really start to feel it in that hip and glute. Again, nice big inhales and exhales. And again, we want to take at least 3 nice deep inhales and exhales before we release that. And kind of shake the leg out a little bit too. And then just switching that to the other side. Again, that can be that simple cross, and just let the knee drop open. Again, we can press the inner thigh to increase that stretch. And again, if it's comfortable for you to cross that ankle, and again, let that knee and hip open, lengthening the spine, breathing here. Again, shoulders relaxing down and back, tall to the top of the head. Just remembering those things, and again, remembering to take a break. Take a break for yourself, especially if you've got a chaotic household with the kids home from school while you're trying to work. Shut the door, breathe, or breathe with them. Gently releasing. Again, we can shake that out a little bit. We can bring that foot back to the floor. And again, another big inhale and exhale. Later this week, we'll maybe do a little bit of tennis ball work. So we'll preview that by saying, find a tennis ball, maybe you got one around the house or any kind of ball, and we'll do what we call football. Jenny and I love the football. So if you want to practice before we do it, just get a football or get a tennis ball and roll your foot on it, and that becomes football. No wrong way, whatever feels good. But again, we'll bring you some more of those tips later this week. So thanks for stretching with us on your little break. Keep on breathing. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
It's amazing. Thank you.